Ruben Lenton had the idea that an average Joe should test the kite for an average Joe.
Boring! Turns really fast, and I felt like I could get out of the water on my starts a little bit quicker.
And getting an average person would just be so
nightmare.
boring.
I'm not sure the average Joe is going to give any feedback.
So here he is, the average Joe, giving his opinion on kites. Now, if you follow this channel, you probably know that I have some kite reviews up on this channel. And the reason for that is that pro kitesurfers' main goal is selling new kites. So therefore, I try to provide you with the best information on the new kites I can. So the intro to this video was from the Kitesurf 365 podcast. And really amazing podcast that every kitesurfer should follow, in my opinion. And this video is basically to prove them wrong and inform you with some cool information about the new kites that are available on the market right now. Now, to be fair, I have to say that the information I provided previously was definitely of high value, but it also wasn't 100% accurate. For instance, with regards to my own kites, the Read-In Supermodel version 2, I basically said it's one of the best big air kites and that the bar pressure is pretty low. If I could redo that review, I would likely say that it's one of the best all-round kites. And with regards to the bar pressure, I would likely say that it has a medium bar pressure. Okay, and now for the fun part of this video, all the kites I recently tested. So the first kite I want to mention is the new Airrush Lift version 3. And I just want to say that the new era of kiteboarding has become so great. All kinds of new cool projects are coming out each new year, and I feel like the level of quality keeps improving every year. And the same goes for the new Airrush Lift. I was able to ride this kite on a dealer meeting for about half an hour, and this kite felt amazing. It is a 5-thread kite, but it's still agile, it's still fast. And the best thing about this kite was the bar and the feeling of the bar and the deep power the kite had. It was just amazing. It went so good upwind and it was so stable in the wind. But when I wanted to jump, it was really easy to redirect. Usually 5-thread kites are a little bit on the slow side, but this just wasn't the case with the Airrush Lift. I really enjoyed kiting on this kite. And the best thing about the session I had is that I even scored a new height record, which for me is around 11 to 12 meters. So I scored a new record on the first session with this kite. So if you want a boosting kite, I can definitely recommend the Airrush Lift version 3. I feel like it's way more agile than, for instance, a Core XR or maybe even an Ozone Edge. I haven't tried the new Core XR, but this kite has a different shape than the Ozone and the XR. But it does really what the name says. It does lift you to the moon. And if you're looking for an agile, lifting, boosting kite, then I can really recommend this kite. There's nothing negative I can say about it. Maybe there's one tiny thing, and that is that the bar does have a 5th D-power line. If I'm correct, Duotone uses that as well. But apart from that, the kite is great, the boards was fine, and the bar is also really to my liking. I like a bar that is a little bit more on the skinny side, this bar has a really, really nice feel to it. So a really good kite, and I can recommend it to everyone. Okay, so next up is the Cabrinha Nitro. And this is also a very interesting kite. The Cabrinha Nitro has just been released, or is not on the market for that long yet. But I still felt like it was a great kite. I already tried the Switchblade and I really enjoyed that kite. I didn't end up buying it in the end, but I really enjoyed the Switchblade and I also enjoyed the Nitro. Now, what I remember from the Nitro is that I tested it in pretty strong winds on a 7. The 8 unfortunately wasn't available, but the 7 was, and I felt like that kite really boosted high. It was really easy, the sweet spot was really big, so it wasn't that difficult to boost high with it. I also remember that the loops were pretty forgiving. Maybe it was because I was on a 7, but I had no trouble down looping this kite. It was really easy on the loops. It does require a bit of bar input, but I really feel like the Nitro is a welcome addition, and I don't own a Nitro, but if I did, I would be really happy with it. It's a cool kite. It's something different, and I liked it. Alright, next up is the Slingshot Code. Now I also tried this kite in fairly strong winds, I think 28 knots, and I was on the 7 as well. And this kite is something special. This is the kite Jeremy Burlando uses, and I can see why he performed so well on this kite. It's just, yeah, really special. You can basically hit every kicker with this kite if you want to. Getting up to speed with this kite is instant. It's so amazing when it comes to delivering power. It's just, you steer the kite, boom, it gives you the power. It's not like the lift, where you basically sheet in the bar and generate a lot of power. With this kite, it's more you steer the kite and bam, there's the power right away. And boosting with this kite was also a joy. I'll put the woo scores on top of this video if I can. But yeah, this is really a playful kite. It's a special kite. The steering input is really direct, and I feel like if you're an advanced rider, which I don't really think I am myself, but anyways, I do think if you're an advanced kiter that you can do some special things on this kite. It's so fast, so direct, so playful, and yeah, the bar input you get from it is really precise. So if you know what you're doing, you can have a lot of fun on this kite. Okay, thank you for watching thus far. You either really like boring videos or you're really into kitesurfing. Either way, I hope you had a good time and see you on the water. Bye bye.